everyone, and welcome to another thrilling episode of Embers of Rage. I am your humble storyteller for these preceding evenings. With that in mind, let us introduce our cast one by one. Here, starting off with the lovely Angie. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Angie, Agonthetic on the internet. My pronouns are they, them, and I play Colibri, Colimar, he, they pronouns.
Fantastic. Next up, Cleric.
Hi, I'm Cleric. He, their pronouns, and I will be playing Face, the girlfriend killer Rojas. Bada bing, bada boom. Sometimes you gotta face the repercussion of your actions, and that's today. Maybe I don't know. Vibes.
On that note, Fabian.
How do you follow that? Hey,
You don't end the stream.
name's Fabs, producer at Bad House, and pronouns playing trick.
Lovely, lovely. Next up, Chris.
Hello. I am Chris, playing Aza, any all pronouns for them.
Fantastic. And last but not least, Nick.
Hey everyone, my name is Nick, he, him, they, and I'm playing Jose Tio Ortega, he, him.
Lovely, lovely. With that in mind, a couple things to remind you lovely folks out there. First and foremost, in case you missed it, the content warnings for this bad boy are as such. Fantasy violence, gun violence, gore, blood, familial struggles, body horror, fire, severe weather, references to romance and sexual entanglements, monsters and monstrosities, presence of drug use, substance use, and addiction, depictions of kidnapping and crime and trauma. If any of those don't float your boat, there's a plethora of wonderful content out there for you to enjoy. Also, to keep in mind, if you type !BH donate into the chat, you can send some either bits or money our way to give our lovely players here a reroll, which they desperately usually need because they are not that great luck. Let's be honest with ourselves. And also $20. So you can do $10 for a reroll there, and $20 for a flashback of these lovely folks to use in a pinch. Very useful last time as it saved these folks from a very hard fight. With that in mind, are we ready to start a new day, a new adventure, everyone? A next arc in our revenge story.
Put on the filters, let's go.
Fantastic. As the Mexico filter goes over now. First but foremost, a bit of a recap. Hope. This is what the crew has found since entering the city of El Paso, as they managed to accomplish the impossible and end a decades-long feud between Reaver's MC and Python's MC. But this victory did come at a cost. While very few members of the Reavers were injured during the final battle, the scars left behind are more mental than physical, as Face had to kill his beloved ex, Lorena, before she could do any more damage to his found family, and Cecilia has ever been changed by the horrors that now lurk in the dark that they know of. On top of this, some of the crew members, such as Trick, are becoming more comfortable in this new world of violence, but maybe too comfortable. For now, El Paso is theirs, and the next stage of their revenge is up for grabs as the Crimson Cartel stands guard against their new enemies. For now, we take another trip to the past as we find ourselves within the caverns of Mexico. On a starry night, with the most familiar of creatures known to man, a wolf. With that in mind, the camera begins to pan down. It is a starry night, as it is years ago. It is a desert of sorts, as the night sky pervades into this sort of cool air, wisping, blowing sand. we find ourselves getting closer to what looks like to be kind of like a prairie with a bit of stone in it, and you can see that forest, even though unlikely, is beginning to appear. Though it's not anything luscious or anything of that nature. As we go into the thick of these woods, we see that there is a creature walking about. Isa, will you describe what you look like?
Aza's about like 2.5 feet above the ground, not very tall, but more legs than anything else. Aza is a wolf dog with his limbs just covered in black fur until it gets kind of almost to connecting the legs to the body. And then it just turns into orange fur with the widest little tip of tails and the perkiest of little orange and black ears with little like black spots on the top and a little pointed little black nose. Very much so just roaming around.
You have left your post. You're supposed to be standing guard, but it is such a beautiful night, and there are such curiosities within those skies above that you cannot help yourself. As you find yourself walking in the woods, you can hear the shuffling behind you of your cousin, if you will. Your family member, however you would like to describe it, as David. Very much similar height, but very in terms of like maybe like more grayish fur that's kind of very dirty. You see they're a little bit more timid in their pose. You see they kind of pull up. And even though they're sort of howling and whatnot, communicating, for the general audience here, there are subtitles for you as we will speak in normal, but just imagine this is just a bunch of wolves crawling and howling at each other.
I mean, we
As you
could do
see
that
David-
too.
Yeah. I can do it. Don't tempt me. I can't do it. I can't do it. But as he pulls up, he kind of goes, "We're too far from camp. We're supposed to be defending. We shouldn't be this far out."
And there's a liveliness to Aza that nobody else has seen. And you kind of just see Aza playfully like getting down on all fours, kind of kicking a rock around with their front paws and kind of going around in circles, chasing his tail, stopping, looking up at the sky. But David, look at it's beautiful outside and you never take a break and everyone's fine. They have us do this every night. Look. And he just runs and does a little like parkour jump off of one of the trees that's kind of fallen off.
Yeah, just you see panic attack full on you. It's, if you manage a wolf having a panic attack, you see kind of head down on the ground, and then immediately you doing it and goes, and he kind of goes, "You need to really not do that. You can hurt yourself, and we're not. How is the healer going to heal you? I mean, we're running low on supplies. I just think maybe we should get back to our post."
And Aiza just very unlike the last scene between the two at the hospital. Aiza kind of comes up and puts their head underneath David's and picks it up a little bit. I'm fine. You need to keep your head up. If you're so worried, then you can keep watch. I'm fine. And kind of smacks his face a little bit with the back of his tail.
You see, he takes it and very much of that like little brother energy. Kind of goes up and goes, I just don't understand why you are so curious with the humans. I just find it revolting.
But why?
They're dangerous. They kill each other and they hunt each other and they have those boomsticks that are loud and they shoot us. We had to move multiple homes. I mean, they're like predators. They're not nice.
And Aiza just goes like nose to nose with David and kind of just, but we've been fine every time. You don't need to be worried about something so much that it hasn't bothered us at all. If they come back, we'll see them. And Asa kind of stands at attention, very like kid-like, almost. Just like tail straight out and body straight as a line. We will see them. But again, look, it's so pretty. And Asa immediately gets distracted once again.
I think as you do that, the weather begins to shift as it is no longer a clear night, but weather is starting to come in. Thunder. You can see rain is on the horizon as it will be passing over. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I leave up to you, but you do notice the weather is going. But as the rain goes and you hear the distant thunder, you hear something else. It echoes. Not knowing what the sound is, you see immediately in the distance 2 members of the sort of guardians of the pack pull up. You see one bigger than you, black fur, is Booker in what would be known as wolf names or whatever. He's got another name, but in this sense, equivalent of Booker. As you see, they stand guard, and next to him, you see Lola, which is a little bit shorter but still taller than you, more of a grayish fur. As you see the both of them pull up, you see Booker. What are you doing here? You are not at your post.
Asa just kind of takes a timid step back, looking at David.
We thought we heard something here. That's why we're out here. You see Lola kind of pulls up. Well, whatever you are doing, you must get back to camp. We must leave soon. The weather is changing for the worst, and a boomstick has been heard, which means the humans are by. Quickly, the 2 of you. Go relay this to the rest of the pact. Quickly.
Asa just starts running.
With that, goes off. David also follows suit. You see the other 2 begin to go off to the side. You go towards it. You see rain slowly becomes to go over you, and the thunder here is not so peaceful, but rather riling and dangerous. Hitting near its severe weather, and as you're sort of controlling yourself, you'll find yourself at the edge of the cliff here. You can see that there is a route to go down. You see where your pack is set up into one of the mouths of the caves, but as they were sort of there, this weather, whatever happened, it seems to have hit one of these trees, blocking this entrance. As you see, there are multiple wolves like scratching at the logs, and you can see that next to it, the river is beginning to get slightly overfilled, which means that if they don't get out of here quickly, they may drown, or they may not. They're not strong swimmers. People will get sucked into this water, and they may not live. So, with that knowledge, what are you doing in this instance?
Asa immediately turns to David. Can we get them out? They can bite onto our tails. We can pull them out.
I could take care of the people in the water. See what you can do about the log. I think there's some people trapped behind there.
Okay, go. And just immediately books it the opposite way.
You see David picks up a stick and immediately goes into acting like a life preserver, just like, and sort of just pulling it off. You see they're grabbing onto it, trying to get off. You get to the mouth of this cave. You see this log is large for you. And you can see that in between the cracks, you can see where the sort of fire is that you guys managed to kind of start. You can see that there are sort of a couple of wolves in there trying to like get out or clawing. You see one of them goes, "Who's there? We need help. We can't lift the log or push it."
And it's just me, Asa. I don't have. Is there like how big is this tree? Are we talking about? Is it massive?
It is, for you, and you're different in the way you are, it seems
Yeah.
massive to you. But for like maybe a person, it wouldn't be as crazy to sort of maybe like push it out the way or lift it.
Aza's just gonna start panicking, and I think in like wolf instincts is just gonna be trying to see if they can also cut some of it from their side, trying to break, like maybe if people are from the other side are scratching into one side, they can scratch that side from the outside.
Fantastic. Give me a real quick here, strength and athletics check for me, please.
Okay. And we have 1 or 2 rage. I didn't use any last time. So I think. Pew, 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 pew. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. You're muted. Muted.
There we go. That's better. With that, you begin to hammer at this thing or sort of chipping it away. You're going as fast as you can, and you can hear again that sound getting closer. With that, David managed to get everybody out as they sort of begin to go into the woods itself. You see David goes, okay, you done some good work. Maybe if we try to lift it together or try to like push it, we can get it out the way. All right?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Mhm.
1, 2, 3. And with that, you begin to try to push, and inside, you begin to feel some deep connection to something otherworldly. It is almost like it is requesting consent in order to help you. And as you sort of feel this feeling of power surging within you, do you let this power in, or do you just simply deny it access?
I mean, I'm guessing what Aza starts feeling is very similar to some of the times they've been doing their little parkour jumps off of trees, and they almost fall off of one of those cliffs, and they just got a little too close. And so the feeling that's filling their veins, they think they recognize as adrenaline, and they're trying to use that to push them forward.
You focus on it, and you see David is the same. Rather than adrenaline, you feel that something cracks. You're still pushing, thinking it's just maybe the plane of the splinters, but soon your paw slowly forms into a hand. You lose your fur, and it becomes, believe it or not, human-like. As you and David begin to shift not into a werewolf form, but rather a humanoid, a human. And with that, you are able to lift the log and push it. But as you do, the wolves are scared even more as they see now 2 humans before them, unable to understand what's going on. And there's a sense of fear among them as they begin to.
And I think Aza just starts panicking, looking back and forth between their hands, like the backs of them, the front, the back of them, up their arm, looking down at them, and they have no clothes. And I think Aza just instinctually goes to grab David and push them away from the opening of the cave and point, like trying to, realizing that he can't really talk, starts pointing outside of the cave, backing him and David up.
You get David as you immediately get him, try to push him out the way, but as you do, by either fate or just shitty luck, one of the lightning bolts hits so close to the mouth of the cave, it pushes you off, and in slow motion, we see one of the splinters goes across your eye, cutting it, and with it, you are pushed into the water as you go unconscious. Until you wake up, you're bleeding from the section where the eye cut was. And as you feel, I think, cold really for the first time in forever, you begin to look up and see that there is blood everywhere. There's no bodies or anything like that, but you can get this feeling that you're packed, your home has been taken from you. Not by Mother Nature and her cruelty, but rather the hunters. As you see, one of them is trying to wake you up. You see very much in that vestige of like a almost yellow or sort of like an orange sort of puff jacket, sort of that sort of jeans and sort of striped shirt. Kind of goes, "Ma'am, are you okay?"
And they just feel where, like, their left eye where they can't see anymore and see blood on their hands. And Aza's instinct is to smell. And how much does this area smell like gunpowder?
Heavy. Filled with it to the brim. So much now that you may have to cover your nose to hide its powdery-like form.
I think Aza just instinctually kind of jumps to whatever little attention they can on all four legs and kind of just crouches down and backs up like behind whatever's nearest to them, whether it be a rock or a tree, just backing away looking for David or any of their family.
You kind of back away. You see, "Hey, whoa, 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 miss." And you see that David's in the back of one of these trunks, passed out as well. You see he goes, "Hey, I don't know what's going on here, whatever your name is, but we found the other one. I don't know if he's your brother or familiar relations or anything else, but we found you. Why don't you just come with us? We'll take you back to town. You look like you're
Aza
pretty banged up."
just stops him halfway as he's like, not stops him, but as he's halfway through a sentence, just books it to David. And just whatever this person is saying to Aza does not comprehend. Aza can't understand what they're saying. It just sounds like these weird noises they've heard from humans before. And they're kind of, even though they're in human form now, are pushing their nose into David's head, trying to wake him up and pawing at his body a little bit.
He's alive. He's unconscious, but alive. You see that he has wounds on him as well from the bolt going through. Undamaged, you seem to have taken the brunt of it, but with that, the individual kind of comes up. "Look, do you need a blanket? Why don't you just get in the trunk? We're about to head out." You see
Aza-
kind of gestures very much at this point, like
Mhm.
doing like, "You get in truck and we go."
Is
sleep?
David in the trunk?
He is.
I would think Aza would jump up onto the trunk then and kind of position himself defensively in between this human and his brother.
Fine. You'll be okay. Saved you from them damn wolves. As you see, they begin to get into the truck. And soon, you ride out. As your home is nothing but smolder, the smell of gunpowder. As we slowly transition back to the present. As you find yourself thinking on this, as you wake up from another rest after the events, I think especially after the pythons and everything and such the danger of it, that memory floods back into your mind again as everyone begins to wake up once more. How are you feeling this morning after everything that's happened and also with that not pleasant memory coming back to you, Isa?
Aza is not happy about that dream. That's a memory that they try not to remember ever. And so having a dream flashback of that, it takes them back to that moment when they jumped onto the trunk and were very defensive of David. And so they've very much kind of come into themselves or gone into themselves again. So even as they get up and they go to sit on the couch to wait for instructions on what everyone's doing, they're kind of like almost in this weird dog fetal position, just curled up in the very corner of the couch.
I think as you're in this corner, you hear a knock on the door. Opening it up, you see Ivy going, "Hey, kid, we're gonna have tempo in a couple, so if you want to come on down, feel free to."
Asa just nods.
Fantastic. And for the purposes of this, you all get the same message. You see Ivy kind of comes into your perspective areas. I don't think we're at Trick's safe house for the night just because of, tired and everybody. So I see at the moment you are back at the main clubhouse. So it's safe. It's been, even though there's a hole in the wall from a Kia Soul crashing into this bad boy. But for the most part, it is yours again. So it is a comfortable and safe place to be. And with that, each of you get to knock on the door. Templo, for those who don't remember, is kind of that sort of sacred meeting between everybody here. And with that, you're being invited. Before we get to Templo, anything anybody wants to do or talk to before we head on and progress? No.
I think Face will just go check. We'll probably just like knock on Isa's door just to like see how they're doing and just kind of like get. I think Face knows Isa enough to be like, talk, no talk. Good morning, bad morning.
And Face would know just by looking at Asa. Bad morning. Asa's can't really talk.
Gotcha. All right, well, I'll let everyone know if you want to just sit out. You can just give a head nod or not.
And they just nod their head no. And they shake their head side to side and kind of not give a nod, but a nose up of, I'll go with you guys.
All right. He just knocks on the door and leaves. Like, Trick, Trick, and just like starts yelling, Trick, I need the shower.
Trick.
I need the shower, Trick.
Trick's already done. Trick's like halfway down, like, and just like looks back.
I don't know. All right. Thought you were in the bathroom.
Pure disappointment on your face.
You open the bathroom, Tio's just sitting there with his newspaper.
Hey there, beautiful.
I need a shower.
Fantastic. I think as that's going there, one quick thing for my lovely Trick here.
What did I do?
I would have said, no, don't worry.
Busted.
It's a mid thing. It's not bad. But as you do notice Cecilia has kind of left at the moment. They have gone. They're staying in your safe house. They did not feel anywhere near safe staying in a biker place, especially at the events happened. But with that, you do get an email from Perla. This is the person, your go-to person that you go through for information. You do notice that Cecilia kind of did this sort of forethought of like, even though I don't want to participate in this, I can at least try to help from what I know and what I can do and research. So with that, Perla kind of went in, did a little bit of research, and they got some information for you. To give you just a quick rundown, they went through the archives to see what they had in the building on any sort of historical context behind this red crystal. From what they have done without going to any official place, just online research, this crystal itself dates back to Mayan post-classical time period. This is due to the sort of studying of the weathering and carvings that they found in this thing, so they were able to sort of use these touch points. So the thing that you have in your possession is something very, very old. You also gather that this thing, for some reason, the way it is carved and the depictions of it stand to kind of a legend of the Mayan god of death that they found. Pretty much, they are headed to Mexico City just to confirm with their colleagues about their findings because they know, of course, more about Mayans than they do on the U.S. side. But from what they can tell, the carvings of this stone translate into a word, heart of the demon. But it seems to be maybe part of a longer sentence needing to be completed whole before it describes the whole thing. And they just give you a general PSA of like, hey, if you're dealing with something that got a death, it's not usually a good thing. So just putting it out there for you, kid. As they sort of leave it on and give you all the information they found.
I just keep that email open. Get ready.
Fantastic. You keep that in your back pocket and you head to Templo with everyone else. As we do that, you see that the place is being revenerated, but the Templo here is similar to what you had back home, which may be triggering for some of you, as you automatically maybe get a flash or just a thought back to that night that you kind of power through real quickly, or have to sort of hold yourself as you find a seat. You see Ivy has no problem just strolling in and just walking their seat. For the rest of you, it may be a bit harder, just due to last time. But as they take a seat, and everybody taking a seat as well, you see they go, all right, kiddos, thanks to your efforts, we have taken control back of El Paso. It is ours once more. As you see this sort of a dinging on the table of congratulations. If you want to participate or not, that is up to you. But they start sort of, you see a couple of other members from that charter kind of in unison hit against the table and sort of proudness of it. So, with that in mind, there's a couple of things. If we're going to take the fight to the cartel, we got to gather an army to really take out Eloy, because Eloy is going to fucking pay. But I send out word to the remaining charters in Texas to kind of reconverge here, since we don't know how safe we are throughout the state. So we're getting everybody that wasn't in the city to kind of come back and fall back and form an HQ. With that in mind, we've kind of put a dent in the cartel's money here, which means there is an opportunity for ourselves to insert our power into and across the border. I think it's time we took down the cartel and try to figure out where this shit is coming from. As you see, they toss one of the vials of sort of these like glass inhalers. We may have stopped production, but this stuff is made from some refined red something. And it's not here, sadly. We couldn't find anything. So that means that whatever the main sort of component of this thing is on the other side. So, we were thinking, and this is just a thought, feel free to import your opinion, but Eloy, you know someone, right, on the other side, if I'm not mistaken. I could be fucking wrong, but I think you know someone, don't you?
Did you say Eloy?
You say
I
Eloy?
Theo,
killed
my
him
brain.
immediately.
Yeah.
Ah!
Traitor!
And then I started blasting.
Just all the guns clicking immediately.
That is right. That was a double aging with that. Fantastic. No, it goes over to you, Theo.
Yeah, I might know a guy.
So fantastic. So we're not gonna go over all of us to across the border because it's kind of dangerous. Plus, you guys seem to work so well with each other, and especially small numbers is a little bit better. So you guys take a trip over to Juarez, see what's going on there, see if you can find any info, or if you can make a play. Hell, go for it. I think you're our best shot in order to put a real dent in this. Maybe control the trade for ourselves. As you see, they're getting a little bit ahead of themselves. You see that for you, it's revenge, but for Ivy, there is more in a sense of chaos as a ladder attitude of like, this may be an opportunity disguised. As they leave the floor for all of you and kind of go, oh, I would love to hear your thoughts.
Out of curiosity, it doesn't seem like Ivy is reacting much to it, but is there any other vibe or when it comes to Colibri and Trick being in Templo, considering that Colibri is just a prospect and Trick is not a member?
I think without having to roll anything, there's a level of respect, which
Mhm.
even though they will still treat you like shit, and they have been still treating you like shit, as before you were on it, like, hey, prospect, give me a glass of water before you came in. There's still a level of respect among you here because you took down the pythons. That's a pretty big thing. So at the moment, it very seems like a contract work at this instance of like, we'll work with you for now, but when things die down and things go back to normal, then your status will be reminded of who you are. And most likely Trick will be like, thanks for the help, asshole, now leave. Kind of energy.
Yeah.
Do the
I
other
don't
charters
think-
know about this?
They'll know about it when they get here, don't worry. We gotta be, we're Command HQ, we're the army heads, you know, we're the guys in stripes spitting out the orders. In the unification, Eloy was the head of this bad boy, and I see me having, you know, us, and you see they have to correct themselves, us having El Paso again means that we can use it as a base in order to regrow our operations and try to get back the money that we lost on that heist.
I don't know what this us is about. And as he points to the ripped up patch, the like slash through in his patch,
Hell,
then-
Eloy.
and then points over to Trick. Two of us aren't even in the charter.
Well, war makes for weird alliances, doesn't it? For now, contract work, hell, we'll give a cut of whatever we make to the kid while he works for us. His dad would be proud.
Mother.
And you see, oh, I'm sorry, mother.
You're so full of shit, Ivy.
There's just the in the room, as you see. Look, I'm trying to be friendly here. You saved my life. That counts for something, but rules are rules, big boy. Unless you think you can take the fucking chair. As you see, they put a gun on the table. You want to take a shot?
You better hope I don't take a shot. Cause you know I won't fucking miss.
There he is. Is that fucking wild horse. For Mo, you don't have to worry about anything. If you want to cut, you can take a cut. But I just think for the circumstances, we all want one thing in here. We want Eloy dead, we want him to pay, and we want the money. So we just all work together like a happy little family, and it'll be all right. Once he's dead, we can go back to our separate ways, and you can go off, be a reporter. You can go off and live in a fucking ditch. You can go back to being a prospect. You can do whatever you want. That sound good with everyone?
You don't have to come if you don't want to.
Yeah, I got nothing better to do.
Same. I personally have more allegiances to R5 than whatever this is.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I don't need money. Just give me 15 minutes and I'll slap wads of cash across your face. I don't give a shit. I'm here for my cousin, making sure they're okay. And there's a story behind here.
You see Ivy amusing, just laughs. Story, sure.
I think Face tries to look like get the eye of like Guibri and be like, your cousin's weird. Like your cousin's weird. Like being like, what the fuck is he on right now?
Why is it because such a wet sandwich?
It's like, is he good? Is he?
Is he
good?
is is Face saying like this, like whispering over, or just
No, I
like
think it's. I think Face like if
it's like
Trick is standing, will lean back and just be like, "Yeah, I Trick. That's confidence." Slaps him on the back.
Fantastic. I think there was still one more person here. Easy. How do you respond? As you're kind of the last person here, if everybody's kind of just like, they're okay with it, and you see Ivy does look over to you and like, what about you? Been mighty quiet.
And Aza's kind of just been holding up the back wall. Probably, I mean, no one really knows Aza very well, but Face would recognize that even Aza's like further away from people than usual right now. And Aza just uncrosses their arms when she realizes that Ivy's looking at her and just nods and then looks back at the ground.
Fantastic. We left you guys a little present out there. You're not gonna go to Juarez without some wheels. Enjoy them. Your ravers start. You see they kind of get up. It's time. You start driving like them. So they sort of hand you all the keys to your bikes outside. Enjoy the rides. If you need anything, call away. And you see, hit the gavel. Everybody kind of disperses here, leaving you guys in the room.
is it just me, or does Ivy have more to gain from all of this than she's letting on?
Oh, for sure, power grab. I mean, come on, it's kind of spelled out in the stars.
It's at this point that I slide over the phone to the rest of them and tell them all the information about like this stone, whatever thing that they did. I don't really know what I don't I don't really understand what biker gangs have anything to do with this. But this is a lot.
Old man, you got anything?
Biker games have been the patsies and the foot soldiers for the higher echelon for years. You always got to get indebted to one criminal organization. It's happened to us with the cartel. It's like it's happened to Eloy. And for the Ivy thing, well, obviously she was the vice prez. Now she's the prez. It's a hell of an upgrade.
Yeah, but aside from power grabs, this and Colibri points at the phone. Like, this is more than just some social, political, economic thing. It seems like this goes deeper, like mythological levels. Do we know anything? Anyone? Dio, do you know anyone?
Tio would he would look at the phone. Storyteller, would I be able to, being the tradition keeper and more spiritual teacher, would I be able to suss out anything here within the tribal traditions or any of the bylaws or history about what might be connected to this?
You're trying to see if there's any sort of traditions connected to this stone? Is what we're
Just
trying to
like the history of the club itself, as this is something that's happened before or
Okay.
something that's been brought up.
If you want, you give me intelligence with it depends on your either occult if you're trying to see like from like any magical side of this, or you can just roll if anything. I'm trying to think.
Politics?
I want to say politics is probably the other one. So either occults or politics. I'll leave it up to you.
All right, I'm gonna do politics. Would my specialty for tribal traditions kick in here, or is that too vague?
If you go politics, yes. If you go occult, no.
Okay, then I will just do regular politics.
Okay.
I have 3 rage dice, because of course I do.
You gotta get mad.
feeling. Cool. I rolled 3 10s.
3
And
10s.
one failed on the rage. But
Yeah,
that
that's
doesn't do
fine.
anything.
So that's was it? You said 3 10s, so that's a 4. That's a 5 in total. With that in mind, you're trying to go back. Is there any sort of connections or history? From what you're thinking of, there is nothing club related, but you have one of those stories. Very much, being uh, in terms of that generation that was in the U.S. versus the older
Mhm.
generation, which was a little bit across the fence there. There have been old stories about demons, in a sense, or spirits that are dark in nature, that they corrupt, that they often amplify those parts of ourselves we try to keep hidden. Of lust and, greed, or the 7 deadlies. But then there was one outside of those, one that is most dangerous of all, rage. You must be careful of rage, for it can overcome, consume, and make you into a monster. But that is what, my ma would say, and, my ma was, my ma, very much in that sense of like, yeah, sure, yeah, yep. So, bedtime story from your understanding, but from what you've seen, maybe it's not.
I take a second, Tio does, and thinks about it, touches his chin, looks down at the phone, awkwardly scrolling through. The only thing that comes to mind here is that in the old legends of of what we are, the Guru, the Nawal, whatever you want to call us, we all take our totem from the rage, the anger, the thing that's passed down between us. And, well, Awela would always tell us, be careful of the rage. The rage is what gives us our power, but you can easily lose control, and if you do, you can't come back from that. Dark spirits, things that are trying to feast on your anger, feast on your rage, for lack of a better term, but feast on that darkness within you.
If rage is what allows us to change what is intrinsically part of Guru, isn't it a little strange that we couldn't change after waking back up? And how in proximity we were to that thing.
True, I guess it fed off our rage, or at least drained us of a little bit what's intrinsically in there. I guess the further we are away from it, the more we can take back what's ours. But also, we kind of add up? The thing that everyone's using, the little red, the red stuff, crystals, powder, whatever. I mean, it gives them a power boost. Maybe they're tapping into rage.
But a bloodsucker can't use rage.
I mean, if you get it in a powder,
This might be more than rage. This might be, I don't know, something beyond us.
Or it could be rage materialized.
Could be.
Like a harnessed rage, allowing their kind to be able to tap into what we can do.
All I know is if there are us and there are vampires, I wouldn't be surprised if there's anything else out there. Just like the horror stories that we've heard, seen in movies.
The chupacabra.
You telling me there's wizards and ghosts out there?
Not the first time I've heard of a haunting.
That's brujeria. That's well.
We have an entire culture that pays respects to ghosts. I'm sure that comes from something.
True. So okay, let's focus it back. So Crystal takes Rage, and then they're probably making Rage and building in like I don't know what a Python army or a weird army of rage-filled people that they can harness everything that we're about. Probably.
Well, their Python army just went belly up, and is now sitting at the bottom of the river right now, streaming into the Gulf.
The question is, we got a new shipment from them. Do they have a store of like do they have storage of like this?
Well, I mean, underneath the where I met up with Lorena, there was like a whole science lab where they were doing shit down there.
And
So there's gotta be.
you're just telling us this now?
It's been a busy couple days, or it's been literally a day. Actually, less than a day.
I'm
And
just
I'll be
I'm just
real.
surprised because like
No,
you
no,
can't shut
Trick,
up. So
Trick,
like
hey,
I
Trick,
would have
hey, Trick,
thought you
hey,
would have
Trick,
said something.
hey, Trick,
Yes.
hey, Trick. I don't know who the fuck you think you are. I don't know what the attitude's coming from. You went from this like no sabo, I just want to fish out of water, into this weird tough guy. I need you to slow your roll. I just murdered my fucking girlfriend, the love of my life, and maybe I didn't want to talk about it for about 6 hours. You think about that?
I feel
So-
like Aza's also looking at Colibri, like, and if they make eye contact, just at the like it's been 6 hours part.
Mhm. I think it's a little fair, cousin.
Yeah.
Isa, you've been quiet.
They blink and their eyes dart to you, like waiting to see if you say anything else, but not responding.
What are your thoughts on this? Do you have any perspective, insight, something?
I'm here to kill Eloy. That's it.
Rally cry.
Thing, Trick, this friend of yours, the one that got you this information, do you think they could maybe look more into where that shipment was supposed to go? The company?
Well, right now
And-
they're heading to Mexico City to ask more about it. I can ask them to look into the shipment and like where it was supposed to end
The-
up. Yeah.
Yeah, the one from the heist,
Yeah.
not the cartel. What was the name of that company?
Song Industries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some more information about that? Maybe.
I
the
mean,
pythons can't be the only vampires, right? There's gonna be hives all around the world.
Have you ever been to Chicago? They're everywhere.
Yeah.
okay, well, yeah, I'll have them look into it. We can look. I can do my own research on like what's out there in public. There must be. And storyteller, would the canister or would the ship manifest or at least a shipping number attached to that be accessible to us since we are now in the in the hideout?
I will say the canister. No shipping. I'm gonna roll for it real quick. We'll do even or odds here to see if they left that sort of information here. Choose one for me, Fabian. Even or odd?
Odd.
Odd, okay. Even. No, they didn't leave any shipping information.
Okay.
You can take a guess that since where it had to come from, probably did come from Mexico, but from
Oh, I was
where
just gonna
exactly-
see like, you know how you enter the tracking number, you can see like where it was.
You can, yeah, you won't be able to see exactly, but you do have a general sense without having to roll anything that it came from
Okay.
some place in Mexico, but you don't know exactly where or who it's tied to. Besides, it was in Songs International's, train here. So that's all you really know. You don't have anything deeper than that.
Yeah, I'll send a text and see what we get.
Cool. I guess we should start making plans to head to Mexico. That's our next big clue to move on to things.
It's easier said than done.
True, but so is a lot of things. So
We could just jump on the bikes and go. Figure it out as we go.
I'm done doing it.
Have any of you ever crossed the border before?
Nope.
Yeah. I always have my passport with me. Yeah.
Once on a very drunk night.
Well,
It doesn't say anything.
show of hands. How many of us have passports?
Connie thinks about it.
What's a passport?
Exactly. Show of hands. How
Passports.
many of us are probably in a database for being connected to, a criminal organization such as, I don't know, the club?
That one
Not me.
feels targeted.
Yeah, okay.
One last thing. How many of us told FBI agent to go fuck themselves in the past week?
Again, feels targeted.
Yeah, they were kind of.
I think it's
Yeah.
warranted.
I'm just
I
saying
mean,
I'm the only
yeah.
one. 0 for 3. And they've like I was gonna say Aza's seen people go like this, but doesn't get it and just like kind of licks all 4 fingers and just
I'm gonna let you
So-
guys take the lead with this. I have no idea how we're gonna get over the border.
Yeah. Dio, it seems like you've got particular knowledge when it comes to this.
Are you gonna
it's
tell
gonna-
me that there's gonna be like a underground tunnel or something?
Possibly. I'm gonna let you know right now. It's gonna fucking suck,
Ugh.
and it's gonna cost us.
I mean, Mr. Moneybags over here.
These people, they don't deal in money.
Oh, so useless. Wonderful.
Are you saying trafficking? Is that what you're alluding to?
No.
God.
I'm saying we have to work with the Federales,
Oh, Jesus.
which could be worse depending on your outlook. But I guess it's better to go with the devil you know than the one you don't.
Oh.
Someone listens in the background. I will say for the purposes of this, you guys kind of talk this through. Tio, getting in, not the problem, especially with the contact. You can send out a quick message of like you want to meet up, and I think they kind of respond like, sure. Is like you say, believe it or not, you can go through border check. There will be no problem. You see that they do send a text out. They do let you know like, hey, you send your request out in terms of the information. They very much give you a text back of like, come on across, and we can talk about it. Kind of energy. And they give you sort of a location where you can go and drive and say, Border Patrol should give you no problem. Come meet me up. Can't wait to talk to you. Kind of energy. Very friendly, even though the person you're texting is a devious little bastard. So it's with caution. As everyone kind of get ready here, you're getting ready to go. Any last minute things before we cross over the border? Fantastic. With that in mind, you all get on. They did provide you all with bikes. Do you want to go on bikes, or you want to go more in terms of something of a van? It is up to you in terms of transportation. I will let you know that for this instance. So either you can run on your bikes and use that there, a little bit more easy maneuverability and whatnot, versus a van in which you're all together, but also you're driving a van, so it's a little bit harder to turn and whatnot. These are very important question. So, are you taking a van or are you taking motorcycles?
Angie wants the cycles.
Vroom vroom.
Vroom vrooms, you can take
If
the
we
vroom
if we
vrooms.
take the van, I'm motion sick.
Fantastic. So, all
Oh, yeah.
motorcycles, getting on them, and
For
with
the
that,
aesthetic.
for the aesthetic, and with that, you all begin to cross the border. With that, you all make your way on your bikes, and with that, you begin to cross your way to the border that connects these two cities. As you can see, the very infamous miles upon miles of brownish steel rods that separate this country and their interest. Crossing the border is not hard. It is a bit tense as there's bumper to bumper traffic, which creates that sense of I can't escape, and if something was going awry, it would turn into Sicario right quick and it would be a whole shootout. But luckily, you're able to enter with no problem, as there is a nod to you, Tio, as they are expecting you, crossing the border. You begin to make your way into the beautiful city of Juarez, as it doesn't seem so different than El Paso, as the buildings are the same and the people are going about their lives just as normal, or just as other people would be doing in the States. The one thing you know about the States that it tends to lie and exaggerate a lot on the news, because hell, it's what it does best. And the nature of this side of the fence that is survival is not always this ugly thing, or this war zone. Sometimes it's just a peaceful summer day. But with that, the crew begins to pull up as you're going through the streets and pull around the corner. The coordinates or the GPS you were given to seems to be in one of the city's local markets. Specifically, it looks like you have what looks like to be a GPS to some sort of, cafe, restaurant. You don't really know, but it's some place where they serve food. And as you sort of pull up, you find your way and sort of park into the side here as you see what looks like to be a number of vibrant, bright color buildings, merchants on the street selling everything from, clothes to DVDs that are a bit bootleg, a bit of more food again. And with that, there's just an over sense of eating and hanging out, buying stuff that you don't necessarily feel in the States. It's a little bit more open to the public, and everybody kind of seems to know everybody and doing their thing. With that, you guys kind of begin to go through, and with that, you see the place where you're supposed to be. As you can see, it is sort of a corner restaurant whose neon signs focus on what looks like to be an early bird special of their world famous carnitas. As this place seems to have a modest clientele of people kind of going in about. It's lunchtime, so it's not too crazy, it's not too packed, so it's in that in between. You're kind of outside. You do notice there's a number of federales, and for the folks who do not know, federales are the equivalent of Mexico's federal agents. Federale is pretty much federal agent in a sense, and with that, you can see them very pronounced, especially with the guy they're hanging out with. Almost look like cowboys, as you see they have their sort of fine white hats, jeans with the spurs on them, as you see they're kind of hanging about, and see you, Tio, give you a nod and go, "Oh yeah, you Tio."
Been a while.
Fantastic. Follow me, senor. You see who's smoking, kind of tosses it off to the side. You do notice that as he does, these guys are packing. So you do notice that they have these very shiny guns, very much in the sense of trying to show status. Though Theo, these guys may show off, but they can hit like no tomorrow.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm on my best behavior.
You begin to enter in, and this place itself seems to focus more on the food rather than the decor. Some of the tiles are broken, the bar is made of a middle-aged wood, and it's seen its fair share of shootouts as there's bullet holes that simply just have the sort of pastel over it to sort of just and it's covered. Energy. You see there is music playing in the background of a mariachi band doing its work in order to get its day pay. But that is not what interests any of you. As you find yourself going in and out of this place, a person of interest waves from the corner booth to be exact. As you see, there are a number of more federales protecting them. As you get closer, There's smoke in the room. You see there's drinking. You see that currently they're eating pork carnitas with a Corona with just a lime in it. As you see, they are a middle-aged individual, kind of close to Theo's age. You see they have black hair. They have a mustache that's very sort of bristled here with a little goatee that goes down there. You see they're slightly overweight, but still doesn't diminish their presence. As you see, they have their hat on the side of the table as they are just gorging down on this food here. And before you get close, you see one of the federales with a shotgun kind of stops you there, and they all begin to pat you down as you see the guy cut off. Mi amigo, it has been a while. You just see he kind of gets up. Can I get a
Hola,
hug?
amigo.
Hola. You see he grabs you, gives you a nice hug. It has been some time. You look like shit.
You look like you're eating shit right now.
No, I'm eating fucking heaven. Come on, sit down. And also, allow me to introduce myself. You see he sort of pats down. I am... You can call me Jaime. I am the head honcho here. Please, have a seat. Are you hungry? Can I interest you in anything? Some food, a little libations, if you will. We got the real shit down here.
Can I get a couple pastelitos?
Yeah, anything. And you see he kind of orders it. What about for the kids here? Should I pull out a kids menu?
Better order up while you can. This is gonna be the best food we have in a while.
This place may look like shit, but it serves a 5-star restaurant, I swear.
I could go for anything. Tacos sound great.
It's always good to go with the classics. As you see, they order you tacos and a bit of sangre. Anything else? It's on me, I swear. I am not the one to leave people hanging.
Can Colibri actually go and get drinks for everybody?
If you do, you see he gives a nod to the guy. The guy kind of goes, yeah, it's whatever. Whatever you want, man.
Yeah. Colibri's just gonna go, like, essentially grab it for everyone. And then, not right now, but take a chance to do one thing after all this.
Fantastic. With that, as you go over... Oh, sorry.
Oh, Tio would look and just like, as soon as he says he's paying, he takes a deep breath and kind of with like the first smile he's had in a while, tell him to bring out the whole rancho.
this guy. You see, he kind of goes, you kids don't know it, but we used to call this crazy vato over here the Wild Horse. Him and his fucking gang in the 90s were taking Texas by storm and causing a real ruckus. We made a lot of money back then, huh?
Yeah, I made a lot of money, but, well, and kind of looks at himself how he's all beat up and look how good that got us. I guess you had the last laugh after all.
You know me. And you see kind of goes, hey, look, hermano, I wanted to say I am sorry for your loss. I heard about what happened. Damn shame being betrayed. If one of my guys started, his huevos would be gone, and you find himself in the desert a bit lighter.
Well, hopefully we can repay the debt soon enough.
I am curious, my friend, as you see he begins to eat more. What has brought you to my humble abode?
I actually think Tio would look over at Trick.
The suspense is killing me.
I just like... Yeah?
Show Jaime what you showed me.
I look at Colibri in kind of a, is this a good idea?
I think Colibri, in this sort of like silent acknowledgement, looks over to where Tio is sitting and then back at Trick and nods. Kind of in a we have to trust Tio in this sort of situation.
Okay. Well, you're gonna think we're crazy. And then I pull up the email. And then I show it.
See, he kind of has to take out his reading glasses. Let me maybe 1 second.
No.
Yeah, let's sit there. You see, kind of pulls up glasses. It's not as crazy as you think. I know about the whole werewolf shit. If you catch my meaning, I may be human, but I am not, how you say, mira. You see a guy kind of go, you know, you've been around the way. I've been around the way, as they say.
I would have expected nobody to know this. Yeah. I look at everybody like, it's that casual with how many people know about?
Mijo, with Feriales, you think I'm gonna align myself with this piece of shit over here? As he kind of points over to Theo. If I didn't know, he could provide me with a little bit of, compensation. You see that? He's like, believe it or not, you're not the first ones we had to deal with. As you see one of the guys with the shotgun unloads a clip and you see silver come out of it.
All of a sudden, I lost my appetite.
Yep, I'm backing up. This has been great.
Don't scare them, Jaime. No need for the smoke and mirrors.
Hey, you know what it is. And you see, takes the bullet. You see, in a very weird move, you see he uncaps it, pours the gunpowder on one of the carnitas, and lights it on fire as it gets real in a moment, and then he immediately goes, I like it a little bit, crispy. And you see he kind of rolls it up and begins to eat it. So, the reason why I know particularly about your situation is because the Federales and the Crimson Cartel have a wonderful working relationship with one another. We look the other way when the cartel is crossing the border, and we get a nice little profit when we're taking extra care of the companies in the area and the competition, if you catch my meaning.
I'm sure you can understand the severity of what the Crimson Cartel is now trying to shuffle across the border.
Hey, business is business. What you see, como se dice, is danger, and I see opportunity for us. As he goes over to his fellow cowboys here. I'm tired of being an errand boy, as he begins to wipe his face. So, I am willing to, make a deal with the Reavers MC. And I can start you on your little path down the Yellow Brick Road to deal with Eloy. But we need the deal first. As I said, I am tired of being an errand boy for the cartel. I'm making chump change compared to what I can be making with some real dinero. So, I have a deal. If you are willing to hear me out, is that something we're all okay with, even the kids at the table?
I think under their breath, Coyote just says, we're just making deals with everybody at this point. What's a new one?
Okay.
So here it is my proposal, if you will. See, he kind of gets up, tidies himself a bit. In exchange for any information that I provide you about the whereabouts of the cartel's main operations of processing, You, after dismantling any of the head leadership that is kind of running point for this production, will hand over all of the cartel's assets, but most importantly, I want the cartel's leading chemist, who has been responsible for making these drugs into existence in a sense. With them, I can make money like a fucking printer. In exchange for this, I will aid you in this and also do a little bit of a cherry on top, the whipped cream, if you will, the dulce de leche. On top of this, I will make the club the sole proprietor of all our protection of our pipelines, making you rich in the process as well. Unlike the cartel, we will not hold you to any debt, and it will simply be a relationship of protection. You get money, you get to keep your guy safe in jail, a little spending cash. I know the kids like to buy the iPhones, you can do that. We make money on all sides. It's simple, huh? So what are we thinking here, huh? What are you gonna say, hermano, huh? Is it a deal?
Ay, coño. Tio would look. I'm trying to think. Actually, no, it'd be Face, because Face and Aza are the technically the top leading ranked members right now.
Damn.
Fuck.
Damn.
That's such a bad decision.
Shit.
I'm not allowed to
That's
make this
so
deal, but well, technically you can.
I want you to
give
know,
power.
if you turn around to look at Face and Iza, Face is halfway through a taco and had another sangria in a hand, just like.
Using the taco as a sangria. Just,
The rolled up newspaper comes out so fast.
The chunk- the chancla.
What? He said the food was free.
Have you been
It
listening
is?
this entire time?
Turns to Iza. Have we been listening?
Asa's just like lapping up the sangria every now and again and just under their breath. I don't make deals with anyone. I just am here for the food.
Okay, was it like a good vibe or a bad vibe were you getting?
And just another like hit across the back of the head.
Bácare.
Ugh.
Theo. You know.
I will.
No, go
Okay,
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay,
go
go
ahead.
You.
We're brokering a deal right now, but we're brokering a deal for Ivy, essentially. You know, if we agree to this, it's something that the club benefits for, but
Not only that,
remember what it
Ivy also asked for those assets.
Well, we're at a pretty important crossroads here, aren't we? Because Ivy isn't here.
Yeah,
What's
but
more important?
Ivy runs the club.
I think you see how Jaime does kind of speak up. If you're worried about leadership, I'm working with the Reavers. I never said anything about working with Ivy. If something was to happen, mira,
That's true.
Ferrales. I got a couple
I
friends.
don't know about that.
Come on, you gotta make a major play. You know how you never betrayed a parent. Well, you see, he kind of stops himself short. When I say portraits of words, have you never, circumvented a friend before?
Can Colibri
Oh,
just
no.
go over to Tio, like real quick, like turn to Tio and say, are you out to gain anything from all of this? Do you want to return to the Reavers?
I think that's a very conflicted question for Tio. And he kind of takes a sip of whatever he's drinking.
This is your chance. You have the bargaining power here.
How much do you want, Aloy?
How
When
much
you
I
go
want him.
How much you want him dead? When you go for revenge, how much do you want revenge? How much do any of you want revenge? Because when you go for revenge, the whole line about digging two graves, maybe not literal, but pretty figurative in this sense.
I think more than anything, I can't speak for anyone else, but I want answers. But, right now, it's a good example of what we're up against in regards to leadership. Ivy felt like she's out for herself. And she's Pack, I get it. We never leave Pack member behind. But right now, what he's trying to offer you, regardless how fucking corrupt they are, you can get back in this. I think everyone agrees that Eloy is out of the picture in regards to Reavers and Pack business. That's an issue to deal with. I think maybe your future in all of this is also important to discuss, Deal.
I may. Can you give us 5 minutes?
Sure, senor. Take your time in need. I gotta use the baño. Too much sangre. As you see, kind of goes over, like a very cowboy out the way before going off to the bathroom.
Why are we promising this guy things again?
Topics you're taking
That's
from my plate.
like literally on like their 15th taco.
You're taking from my plate now. You've been taking from my plate for the past 5 minutes.
This is how we get Eloy. Plain and simple.
Okay. Because here's all right. Let me lay it down. I think let's just keep it. It's just the five of us here. It's a pretty private conversation. I think I'm just gonna be laid flat here. The Reavers right now suck. Like let's zero. Because honestly, the only two real members here are me and Isa, and we're not really the picture of mental health. Not mental health, but like stability.
They're on like their 4th sangrias and there's God knows how many tacos.
I mean, be kind to yourselves. You just survived an entire attack from a...
Yeah. What I'm saying is we can do this stuff. It's easy. It's pretty smart. We know how to do it. But the Reavers as itself ain't great right now. Everyone's vying for something. Ivy's probably vying for something. Another vice president from some other club is vying for something. Everyone's want to do with it. We're the ones who kill Eloy, which, I mean, that's what we came down here to do, I think. I'm assuming. I'm assuming we're all still on the same page with that. I don't know what's changed, if anything's changed in the past hour. We do that. The club basically is ours, because, like, we got the guy who blew up the club. So we end up making the rules.
Here's the thing.
True.
If your chapter was still existing, that would be true. But talking about El Paso here, a lot of people see Ivy as their president.
Oh, easy, then bang. Let's be very honest here. We come back with Eloy's head. Ivy's not really staying in charge.
Yeah, but the most of them expected a payday.
This is a payday. We join up with the Federales. We have a new income. We get rid of the old people who had our debt, which is the cartel, who Eloy's now working with. I assume. We all assume. I'm assuming, and I think I'm probably right here. We got rid of the person who had our debt over our heads for years. 2, we make new income. Brand new income that is like not the problem, and a better deal.
With what?
And then 3.
Because the Federales are asking for all the assets. There's nothing that we can bring back except for Eloy's head. That doesn't really cost much.
Man, but sometimes the prestige is enough, you know?
The money we'd bring from drug running alone over the border with the Federales basically means we can't be touched. And that would be the money we would get for the club.
So, why think about, we gotta, sure, killing Eloy, great. We should definitely do that. Fuck him. For sure. Everyone's on the same page. But we also have to think about, the after. Because Chapter's kind of fucked. Ivy's in charge. Who really wants Ivy in charge? And we can get Dio back in if he wants to. Because I think getting the man who blew up on a whole charter back his head, that's a good execution. Or, that gets you excommunicated from being excommunicated. 2 prospects bring back the head of the traitor. I think you shoot up from being a prospect real quick. And, maybe me and Isa can move up from, being some lowly enforcers into something a little bit bigger. But, that's neither here nor there.
I can run the bar. Not just
Imagine this,
bartender.
Isa. I want you to stay with me. 2 bars. I want to make it very clear. Face is drunk. 2 bars.
And Asa just kind of like touches the fingers to make sure they're actually 2 and okay, no, I'm fine.
Tio's on his 6th pastelito. Guava hanging off his mouth.
You just,
So all I'm saying is, this is right here, right now, is the day to figure things out. Today's the moment. This is the defining moment here. We can either, do what we're supposed to, kill Eloy, fuck over the cartel, and then go back to Ivy with her like good little soldiers and say, wow, we did it. Now you have everything, and we go back to having nothing. Trick goes back to being a weirdo. You go back to being a nobody. Dio goes back to, I don't know what the fuck, I don't know, a grave? Probably a grave. So, why not do something about it? Right here, right now.
He's very convincing when he's been drinking.
If we leave the cartel standing, then the club's not safe. And to keep the club safe, we have to go through the Federales because now they know we're here. And if we don't broke a deal, they're going to send us right back.
Mm-hmm.
But there is another option. I'm guessing no one's going to want to take it, but it is there. Our chapter's gone. We could just leave.
And I feel like Asa just snaps out of whatever weird buzz they had going on, and they slowly put down their sangria on the table. Leave without killing Eloy?
Yeah, you leave your rage behind, and we go back over that border, and we all move on with our lives.
You see the tiniest flash of tooth as Asa kind of snarls a little bit under his breath when you say yes in affirmation to that. We're killing Eloy. I don't care how we do it.
I think in this instance, as there's this tension in the room, you see Jaime kind of comes back, zips up his pants. All right, mi amigos, potential business partners. Have we made a decision? We're good to go with the plan. Got a deal.
I think before anybody else can react, knowing what Face knows, I think forces everyone's hand by getting up and shaking Hyger. You're like, on behalf of the Reavers, you can thank we'll take that deal. And if you have any questions, you can always ask me directly.
You see, he looks over the deal with like confirmation of like, is this right?
I don't know about that last part, but yeah, I think we're in bed together now.
You see, he goes, kiss you on the side of the cheeks. Beautiful. All right. So, in terms of what I don't know exactly what Elo is, but I do know that the lead chemist that we've been trying to find, the workers for the cartel, in terms for the chemistry and whatnot, they're not exactly how you say employed, more like kidnapped. As you know, Mexico has a rich history of kidnapping. We are somewhat proud, not proud, in between. It's a business, you know how it is. But I have a man for the job. We can tail one of their vans. I think they're going to do maybe a little bit of late night kidnapping. So, and you see, oh yeah, you see an individual who's by the bar, very suave, downs tequila, puts it down. You see, grabs his white hat, pulls up, and you see this individual's roughly about, face and maybe call it Breeze age, in between somewhere like that. You see that they have beautiful brown skin. Their hair is short cut and gelled as it goes off to the side. They have sort of a 5 o'clock shadow as they kind of pull up, looking like something out of a cowboy movie, as they have what looks like to be one of the shotguns. Allow me to introduce you to Gabriel. Gabriel is a trusted advisor of mine. He grew up in the ranks of Ferrales. You see, he kind of goes, pleasure to meet all you. He's originally from the States, so communication, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. He kind of goes, yeah, pleasure to meet all of you. We can head up to the van. I know where they're going to park out. We can stake it out, so if you don't mind, let's get to it. All right. You see, he kind of looks over this bus. As you all begin to get up and head out the door, he goes, oh, my friends, just un momento. We have made a deal that is sacred in my handbook. Fail to uphold this part of the deal or try to, how you say, fuck me over. I will make sure none of you leave Mexico alive. Comprende?
Face puts arm just right around the shoulder. Hey, listen. Weird times, strange bedfellows, and once I'm in bed with somebody, I never, ever, ever, ever betray that trust.
I like this boy. Good luck, mi amigos. Happy hunting. As you all begin to go out the door, and it is a perfect time for us to take a break. So with that, everybody, use el baño, get yourself a snack, and we'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Before we get started up again, a couple announcements for the lovely channel. If you did not know, Bad House has some open applications as we are looking for some people to guest spot on our World of Darkness universe. Whether it be this show or the plethora of other ones that we have going on and will have in the future, we have it open. You can go check on Twitter for the application and you can send over your performance clips right on there for us to see. Also, there is another show happening on the channel at the moment called Feast and Famine, a fate stay of night inspired City of Mist game hosted by the wonderful Josephine, which happens every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific for those folks on the West Coast. With that in mind, let's get back to it, folks. As we cut, at the moment, the crew and all of you are in one of the nearby sections of the city. It's kind of getting late at night here. You see that the individual that just came up to you, Gabriel, or you can just call him Gabe for short. He kind of goes, "It's my, it's a Christian name over there, so he just call me Gabe." kind of has his patrol car there. Your bike's turned off at the moment as you're kind of stealth mode. And as you're all sitting there, you see he has his arm out his window and kind of goes, so, if you want to know what you're dealing with, kind of hands over a folder to one of you. Whoever wants to grab it, you can. Anybody want to
Colibri will
take
grab it.
There you go. The individuals you're dealing with are highly trained. And you kind of open it up. You see there's multiple kind of like pictures of investigation. And you can see in bright red letters on the top, Ravens PMC, private military company. You can see that these are mercs for hire, which have been just kidnapping people and running shipment and protection on this side. Yeah, so these kind folk over here from across the border, they are U.S. sanctioned, and they pretty much ensure that nothing changes down here. Heavy participants in kidnapping, and also run protection for the cartel. They're like a major army. So much so that they even got their own little helicopter squad. But we shouldn't have to worry about that. Sort of points to the corner. Over there is a spot in which these bastards like to do a little bit of a run and gun, taking on new people to work on their special little farms. We're gonna wait here, wait for some poor soul to get picked up and tail them. Pretty simple. Once you find wherever these guys are heading out, I call in the cavalry, we storm the place like it's nothing, and then you can go about trying to get whatever information you need. Plain and simple. Any questions?
Is there any information on how they're outfitted?
Well, some of them are how you would say magically inclined. Couple of mages. On top of just regular old run-of-the-mill, seems to be a mixture of good folk. Mostly mages, humans, and a bit of the guru, if you know my meaning. As you see, he pulls down his glasses, and you can see his iris kind of splinter, almost in the sense of he is also guru as well before it goes back to normal. Puts his shades back up.
So it's easy for us to assume that they have silver.
Shit, maybe. Then again, that's more of like places of importance. Who we're dealing with are kind of middlemen, lower middlemen. May not have to worry about bullets, just lead variety, not silver. If we find out where they're holding, then silver might be a big thing. We got silver on our own. If I fire a fire.
Most guru don't even have that weakness anymore. Just an old wives' tale.
Shit, if anything, it's still a bullet. Don't matter if it's silver or lead. Go through the heart, you're fucking dead.
You from the States?
Yeah, it was from the States. Did a couple tours and made my citizenship here. I like it better. People are honest.
And where'd you get that gift from?
Oh, this bad boy.
And
Took it over.
meaningly, the guru.
Oh, he kind of goes, family. Don't know if his mother's side or father's side. Father was never in the fucking picture, so I don't know, but I'm guessing it's my father's side.
Well, I'm sure your daddy would have been proud.
I don't give a shit about my daddy.
Bars. Oh, sorry. Something in my throat.
If you guys want to wait, it's gonna take a minute. You see, he puts his hat on his head. Oh, give it to the night. When you hear some poor soul screaming for help, that's when we'll go.
I think with that, Face kind of leans back to, because obviously sitting next to Isa, and kind of like leads back and kind of just like, hey, whispers so that the others don't hear it, just like, hey, I want to check in. Are you okay right now?
No. But don't have to think about it. As long as Eloy is still alive, I can worry about it after.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask because I feel like I'm obligated to, and I should ask. Ooh, what do you need? Is killing Eloy like what you need, right?
And Asa hesitates for a moment. Because it always, even though Aza's known Face for a while, it still throws Aza off a little bit when Face is like a little tender like that, and it's not their usual banter back and forth. They just kind of scrunch their nose a little bit. If I need something right now, then I don't know what it is. I wish I did, but the rage that they keep talking about helps.
Okay. So how about this? Spitballing. Follow the car. Whatever's gonna happen. We get to the where the cartel and everything's at. And usually, we would suggest being stealthy and all that kind of stuff. But how about we don't tell the others? That's between us. We go in as loud as possible and you have to blow something up. Do you think that would get a lot of the rage out there?
And there's this moment of pause as Aza's looking at the others, and Aza looks at Gabriel, looks at the other people around them, looks at Theo, looks at Trick, and kind of stop. Remembering how Colibri trusted them when they went after when he went after Face. How about I like that plan, but don't jump unless I jump first. Yeah.
Say less. Then slaps you on the shoulder. And then kind of leans forward from where everyone is and is just like, so I spy with my little eye something yellow.
As that stupid game goes on,
It's the filter.
It's
it's
a
a filter. Just points in the sky.
the fourth wall.
No,
we-
it was dog piss.
Are we
I'm
in
sorry.
the van, or are we just kind of like waiting for
You're in a
direction?
motorcycle, so you're very much just
Motorcycle,
you're
okay.
just in you're looking not conspicuous, kind of out the way. So
Mm-hmm. Not right now because I know we're traveling, but when there's like a pause or something, Colibri wants to approach, which I'm assuming that Aza and Face are pretty much always together.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
Even if Asia tries to get
Well,
away,
you
Face
are
is like, "What you
stopped
doing over
right
there?"
now. So
Oh, we're
you're
stopped right now?
You're staking out
Oh.
right now. So if you want to talk to somebody, you can go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay, cool. I think Colibri would kind of like approach them just in between of like the waiting, just say, hey, I wanted to quickly come over here, and so I don't know if I'll get a chance to say this before shit hits the fan. Oh, let me make sure. Sorry, I'm gonna jump in on meets again for. Sorry
No
about that.
problem. Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da.
Why did I drop that?
Mm.
Of course, this would happen when
Yo, so how are those carnitas doing?
He's still eating them. He's still going to
Yeah.
town on them. He's like, hey,
Bro, honestly, Face and Asa probably took like a pocket.
Senor,
Go,
it is
baby,
early
go,
bird
go.
special has
Yeah.
ended. Can you please leave? And just like, no.
pocket carnitas.
Bring out the whole ocean.
Bring it the
Yeah.
old.
Oh!
It's in the pockets, baby.
Yeah, we had the pocket cinnamon bun, the cinnamon bun. Now the
The
pocket
Cinnabon and what? Oh my god! Can't even
This
put
is
it
just
through-
Cinna
secretly
One pocket.
like Aza's food world tour.
All right, you good?
Okay.
Angie,
I think-
once you're unmuted, then we're good
Yeah,
to go.
I think I'm good. But so I don't know if I'll get a chance to say this prior to everything hitting the fan. And Colibri looks that over at Aza, before turning their attention over to Face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being genuine about this. I know we sort of bantered about it the other day, but I am genuinely sorry for hitting you. And you don't have to take what I say seriously. It matters to me that I say this, but I'm also genuinely sorry about what happened. I can't presume to say that I know what you're going through, but you know.
And I think for a very brief moment, you see a very genuine expression on face, like one face that went from like "What the fuck do you want?" to being like, "Oh."
Anyways,
And not, hey, I I appreciate it. I like you. You're all right. You got a good head on you.
kind of gives you a slight nod and then looks back over to Aza, with that sort of like quiet understanding of like the trust that had been sort of exchanged a few days ago during the Python battle, knowing that clearly Face means a lot to Aza and wanting to respect a certain level of camaraderie that exists there before going back, like leaving the two of them to go back and find Trick.
Before you leave, I think Ace kind of yells, he says, "Hey, real quick, just a friendly piece of not advice, not anything, more concern." And like I said, this is genuine. I'm not trying to come off as any type of way, nor am I trying to be disrespectful. I'm trying to come at you with the most respect right now. Your cousin's worrying me. And I don't know if he's playing about this life or just doing stuff that's way weirder than I'm into. Which, hey, if it is what it is, but he's being a bit weird, even for my taste. So, nothing. No, I'm not gonna start anything that doesn't need to be started. But I wanna. You seem like you got the level head of the two. So I don't know what's going on with him, if there is something going on. But hey, just keep it.
I'll talk to him. And thanks.
And as that conversation finishes off, you guys begin to hear it as you just hear somebody, "Hey, wait a minute!" As you see a van pull up around the corner, immediately grabbing this guy. And with that, you see, "All right, everybody, come on." You see turns on the car, not necessarily turn on signs or anything, as you're just following. As you see, Gabe begins to just go off. In that instance, there. Are you all following suit?
Yeah.
Fantastic. With that, you begin to drive throughout the night, following this van. you see that it's disguised as like a plumber. So it's like a plumbing company of some kind, generic, on the side. As you see from just the window from afar, they're just ruffling through, sort of like fighting this individual, trying to put them down. Not necessarily killing them, but in terms of like, hold them down. As they are tossing stuff out the window, you see they toss out any sort of wallet. You see they toss out a cell phone, tossing out any sort of communication, as they are stripping this guy of any means of contacting the outside world. And you begin to follow this individual for some time, maybe a good 30 minutes, as you slowly find yourself going out of the urban environment and into what is more of the hinges of the desert. You see that Gabe kind of tells you guys to pull off a little bit and kind of park where there's a nearby cliffside, as it's only a single road. And if you follow this way, you're just going to get caught. And with that, as you guys kind of pull up, very much crawling at this point, looking over the edge, you can see that this van pulls into what looks like to be a large garage and never comes out. It's very much like an abandoned kind of house that's on the outskirts of the desert, but you see that this van pulls up into the garage, door closes, and nobody comes out of it. And with that, you see Gabe gotta go, all right, I'm guessing this is where they're holding him. If I'm gonna be a better man, educated guess, they probably have some sort of underground facility. I'm guessing the garage is maybe elevator access point. I don't know, but I'm gonna call backup. So we just gonna hang tight a few minutes. Boys are gonna storm in. Then you guys can come on in and ask whatever questions you want. Sound like a deal?
Let's get it done.
Good. Time for some hunting. With that, you see he pulls out, switches to Spanish, and kind of calls over the other guys. And you guys wait a wee bit. And with that, you see there are a number of cars that pull up, coming on in. My question is, are you staying from back, or are you going to kind of get closer, is my instance, as these kind of cop cars pulls in here? Are you just going to let them do their work, or are you going to participate?
I know Aza would want to get a little bit closer.
In
You can get closer. You don't have to
regards-
go in. I think the question is, like, are you going to go in, or are you going to let these guys do their work?
Is there a way to like be aware of the stuff that's happening while this is inside a building, correct?
You see that they suspect it's like an underground kind of like, not like shelter, but like a facility underground. So you notice that they're probably prepping to raid in. They're very much strapped to the T in silver. These guys are ready to prepare for supernatural threats, so they're not fucking around in here. If you want to know what's inside, you have to go with them, because it's very much like, if it's an elevator of some sort, the only way you're going to see what's going on if you're there. You can wait and they may do something without you looking, but you're allies now, so why would they lie to you? That's the question.
Oh.
Oh,
I don't trust these fuckers. You kidding me?
oh, they're allies now.
yeah.
They're just lying to you.
After
Chris,
that,
I trusted
actually-
you. Oh, I've never fucked over my players.
We're allies now.
Come
As
on,
we
let's
actively
go.
portray our previous employer.
You know what? You know what? Just because of that, we do trust them. What do you do now? Your story's fucking stuck.
No, fuck the cops. I'm gonna say that when they're getting ready to go in, Aza will turn to face, and loud enough so everyone can hear, not really keeping it quiet from the other people around us. But I don't trust them. I say we go in.
All right. No hesitation.
If you
And
get
just starts
shot
walking
in
in.
there, you see the cabin. Gabe kind of pulls up and just like, if you get shot in there, it's on you. You can come on in, but we're gonna do our work. We're gonna clear house.
You have an extra gun?
You see, they're very hesitant. They're just like, give him a pistol. Nothing bigger than that.
Each of us.
I'm gonna need a persuasion check from that. I'm gonna need a
Sure.
'cause it's, charisma and persuasion, if you'd be so kind, because it's just
Damn.
one fine. Everyone,
Can
hold
I-
up.
Can I give the help action and be like, or give the help to be like, hey,
Help
You
action.
get a
I'm
little
not like
extra dice on
face.
this.
You wanna?
Yeah.
You no, this is on you, dog. You don't pull down.
Come up with your best foghorn leghorn impression.
Yeah,
I do
I'm
know
like-
declare.
So,
I do
as a
declare.
side
I
note,
do declare.
I said, let me hear you say, boy.
I
Let me
do
get that
declare
going.
you're an arsenal
the
here.
bullets,
I say.
the bullets in the pistol,
They're
like,
silver.
they are silver. Okay,
They're
that's what we're
silver.
checking.
These guys
Okay.
are not. They know. It's like we're in a
Charisma.
world where we are not
Who
gonna
else
make it.
has folkloric
Persuasion.
being silver here?
They all do.
Oh.
Their weapons are silver. So,
Yeah.
in terms of weaknesses,
I'm-
I think it's just you and maybe
Okay.
Yeah,
let's-
fuck those guns.
Oh, fuck. My dice
Sorry,
are falling.
sorry.
Let me tell you here, boy.
Um,
No silver there.
That's silver. Silver.
The haberdashery.
I rolled
Come on.
2. Okay, that is 3 successes. 2 of those are 10.
So that's
And it was
7?
2. Both.
Oh, no, wait.
Both of the rage dies are 10. I don't know if that.
I think you're fine. It's when you roll a 1 and you're trying to hurt
Yeah.
somebody counts as a crit. So you should be fine. So technically that's 6 if I'm not mistaken. Or is it, wait, 2 out of the... It's high enough, I'll say. My
Okay.
math is not mathing at the moment, but it's high enough. And with that, you see, fine, you all get a pistol. We're going to want those back. You see one of the guy goes, tax reasons, and he kind of tosses you up. You all get a pistol, standard issue, just a very standard pistol with
I don't take
silver
one.
bullets in it.
I was gonna say Asa gives theirs to Face. So Face has 2.
He's like.
He also gives his to face.
Just gonna
Why did
draw
we-
it.
Trick
okay.
gives theirs to
Okay.
face.
Okay, us as a group, I'm gonna say I'm gonna pull before everyone goes in. Us as a group, why did you ask for guns then?
We didn't
I
ask for
wanted-
guns.
I wanted a gun.
So with
Oh,
that,
you're giving me the gun.
you can have
Only
2
two
if
of you guys
want,
have guns
Face.
now.
They're gonna take
Yeah.
the other 2
No,
back.
no, I take all the guns. I take all the guns. I take the guns.
I'm
of
gonna,
people
I'm
who
gonna get
wanna
in the
give it
way
to
if they
me.
try to take one of the guns. You gave me the gun. I
You
get to
see, they're
decide what
just like-
happens to the gun.
One of the guys is just fucking let's go,
Back
and
up.
just
Back
shotgun
up.
shells, gets
Back
ready and goes in.
It's just gonna
Uh,
be Face.
So is
but
everybody going
Zorro.
inside? I'm guessing since you.
I got,
some
yeah, I
of
think
us
we
have
are.
guns.
I'm
Alright.
going inside. Let's go.
The only guns I
Free
need are
gun
right
style.
here. I charge my fists.
Charge
You know,
him.
gotta load them.
With that, you begin to go in. The garage opens. You see they got a flashlight, very tactical. Like there is no car in here, completely empty. And for a moment, you see they begin to sort of just throw things aside, and one of them goes, "Oh yeah," button pushes it, and you see that almost like another car coming in, like a ramp, begins to fall down. And with that, you see Gabe loads. You're going to stand behind me. All right? Do not get in front because if you get shot with this, it is not my fault. Got it? Good. Let's get it. They begin to go in, taking front. And as they go in, it opens up to this sort of underground dome-like structure. As you see, moonlight kind of hits it ever so slightly. You can see that there is a number of pens here, some of which are holding people that are freshly kidnapped, while others are strange in nature. As you see what looks like to be a person hanging upside down, that their blood is dripping and being drawn into a red crimson stone, as it is almost breathing to life, in a sense. As if the blood is giving it life. And that is not all that is strange. There are some dead bodies of humans. There are people who are scared. But for you, Easy, there are wolves here. You see they're hiding in a corner. you notice that as you're in the bottom pen, up top, you can see it's kind of like a second floor where the main facility is, and there are currently two individuals working it. You see what looks like to be one of maybe like 30s, brown skin, black hair that's got a buzz cut, wearing what looks like to be kind of like army fatigues a bit. The other guy seems to be maybe about 50s, eyes sunken in his head, looking like a walking corpse, to be honest. Brown hair, white skin, also army fatigues as they're just watching TV at the moment, not really knowing that they've been infiltrated. What are you guys doing at this moment?
There's only 2 people upstairs.
There seems to be a skeleton crew here.
Can we see the previous van?
Yeah, it's very much in just loading dock kind of area. You can see kind of backed up in a corner. So at the moment, it just looks like it's just these two.
Do any of those wolves look familiar? Or do they is it just that I see like wolves being held?
Just wolves being held, nothing of a familiar sense yet.
Um
Wouldn't make any sense
is-
either, because everyone you know is dead, so
Yeah, but it's not every day I see wolves being locked up either.
that is a strange
Affinity in
thing.
them.
That is true.
Aza's gonna kind of nudge, kind of face Scully, like whoever's around them, and just point up at the 2 guys up top watching the TV.
Fakes like cocks the gun and just like, all right, and I'm gonna sneak upstairs.
Give me a
I'm
stealth
gonna
check,
follow.
bad
Yeah.
boy. Stealth checks for my two here that are going up. That is going to be your dex and your stealth, if you be so kind. As you are going up, roll that for me. Keep that in the back of your mind. What is everybody else doing?
What was our target again with coming with the Federalis? Remind me one
You
more
know
time.
that the head chemist or the lead chemist of the operations is here. So maybe somebody in these pens, but you don't know who.
Yeah. Could I have the fetch bounty gift, which is wits plus wisdom to search for an item, the difficulty depending on the rarity. To try and this is the same thing that I used during the heist.
Mm-hmm.
To try and maybe sent out I don't know, like maybe like a beaker or
You can, in a sense
anything
of like,
that
I see what you're getting at. You can try to use it to see, because if somebody was a lead chemist and working with this, they're going to smell a lot like it,
Yeah.
or chemicals to be specific. So you can't do that there. So you can roll that bad boy for me. My other two individuals, Trick and Theo, what are you doing?
So I have a little bit of a weird thing I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna try out the new gift I just got.
Okay.
After finally saving up. It's a good old Philodoc's gift, or Philodox. It is sense the true form. So I'm gonna spend a willpower, which we're lucky we recovered.
Fantastic.
And let me just double check to make sure there's not like a rage check or anything with that. I don't think there is. No.
It's the will check.
Yeah, just the willpower. So basically I'm attempting to detect any supernaturals around me, and I'm gonna start by looking at the wolves in the cage.
For my purposes here, is it one individual or is it like sonar and just whatever's in range?
It's just whatever I can see. I can sense the true. The Gru is able to smell the true nature of anyone they meet, literally sniffing out an individual's true form.
Fantastic. So make that check for me there, and then Trick,
Yep.
what are you doing?
I'm gonna go to the car and see if they have a GPS unit and try to take it out.
Fantastic.
Nice.
So with that, we're all going about here. For my two that are going up the stairs, what did we get?
I got 6 successes.
I got 2.
Okay.
Oh, God fucking damn it.
So with that, it's about I will say about a 4, me halfway. So you're able to kind of get up there slowly but surely. getting out there, you have to be really quiet, so you're a little bit slower than what you could have been going at your pace. Kind of going up, you see they have like that standard security guard booth, very like a white room. You see they're just eating what looks like to be some Chinese that they got. They're currently eating, paying nobody's mind. You see there's a number of security cameras as well up there that they're not paying attention to right now. So if these guys even turn for a second, they'll see you all. But at the moment, you're all quiet as you are going up there. Colibri, what did you get for your check?
I got 3 successes.
3 successes. Going about, you can see somebody in this human pen here, or sort of where the mortals are, the humans. They're in there. You know that for sure. So that's what you get there. Theo, what did you succeed on your check?
2 successes, yeah.
2 successes. Looking about, you notice upstairs, one of them is Guru. Down here, all of them are Guru.
In the pens.
Even the pens and the wolves. You notice that everyone here being held or is the wolf is capable of shifting, whether they know it or not. You do notice that they have that part of themselves. Whether they can actively form it, you don't know. But you don't understand that some of these, they have the potential to do it.
I do have one additional question. Do I see?
Please do.
Can I see Isa?
Yeah, you can see them just like they're going across the platform.
So it says I'm able to smell out the individual's true form. Can I tell that Isa is like originally a wolf?
I will leave it. You know what? Permission from Easy E here. Is that okay, or do you want him to roll luck check for it?
No, that's fine. I'm good with it.
Fantastic.
Really cool. Let's fucking go.
You do notice that, so keep that in your back pocket as you are looking and are surprised. Doing that there. Trick, my beloved. You go into the car. No roll necessary because you're just getting in there. You do notice the GPS. Nothing on it. Very much. They use it to do drop-off points, not necessarily dropping off, picking up in a sense. So
There's
you can
no
notice that they
saved.
don't.
There's no saved
there
like
is-
history.
There is only for what looks to be a place they title Meetup, but that's it. There's no like other place. So you can see there's no information about where this main facility is, but you do get a place of like this is maybe where they meet up with the other crews, or there's a point where they just meet up with everybody.
I take that down and I search further in the car, whatever else I can find.
Yeah, give me, if you're gonna search even further here, it's gonna be investigation for sure. Let's do wits. It's investigation.
Three successes.
This is fantastic. Going through, looking about, you can see that they are armed. So you can see they leave their guns in the car. You can see this. One of the big thing that you notice that is on their clothes, there seems to be a lot of desert sand, or in terms of like that sort of material from wet sand and whatnot. So you notice that wherever they are meeting up, or wherever they're going, for the most part, is outside the city. So you can notice that wherever you're looking for isn't going to be in the city itself. So I guess it gives you like a little bit. It can't be far, but it's not in the urban area. So keep that in mind there. For my other two, you're upstairs. You have to drop on these guys for the moment. What do you want to do?
Do they both actually look like security guards? Like, are
They
they?
just look like,
They're
they
in the,
look like PMC. They're just like they're like they look more military. Like they work in the military. Like arm fatigues, built. You see that they're sort of eating a lot of protein. So it's very much they take care of themselves.
and they're armed or no?
Not armed. They're just eating right now. They're chilling, eating. They look like they're watching a baseball game at the moment.
I think Face turns to Isa and goes, we should either one of us should go over, make a big scene, like of capturing them, while the other one sneaks in just in case something goes wrong.
I will say for your information, on the other side, the Federales are spreading out. You do notice that they are on the other side as you guys are kind of converging. You're on the sort of right side. The other ones are coming from the left.
Should we take one of them hostage right now?
And Asa kind of like does a quick up down look of face. You won't be able to hold one of those guys hostage.
I have like
too long.
3 guns.
Yeah, you have more guns than you do biceps. So I think
Okay, first of all, I don't need you don't need you don't need muscles to hold someone hostage. You just need a gun.
Putting a sand timer here.
Right.
These guys are about to fucking swat down this door. If you're gonna take somebody, this is your chance.
Trust me. Okay, citrus. Lemons.
okay. And at the word citrus, just
Gets up, puts the gun right to the back of the guy's head. Is like, okay, you have 2 seconds before I blow your brains out. Who do you work for? Where's the chemist? Where's the chemist? Where's the chemist?
You see the other guy on the other side go, whoa. You see the doors open down. Federales! You see the both of them are just arms up. You see they kind of turn around, the both of them. Look, I don't know what's
Chemist!
Downstairs. 3rd pen.
I shoot the guy in the leg.
Oh, bastard.
Is he telling the truth? Goes to the other guy. Was he telling the truth?
Yeah, he's telling the truth. That's the truth, man. What do you want, man?
Shoots him in the other leg. Shoots the guy in the other leg. The same guy that I shot in the other leg. Are you sure about that? Are you absolutely sure that you're telling the truth?
I will say, as you shoot the guy in the other leg, you, Isa, hear a familiar sound as you know that howl. The howl of one of the guardians of the pact, as you hear the howl of Booker, in pain at the moment for being shot 2 times in the leg. In human form.
and face, you just feel Aza's hand like wrap around the collar of your shirt and pull you back. Citrus.
Hands up. Immediately hands up.
With that, you see the Federales. You see Gabe kind of comes up. Well, he's already shot 2 times in the legs. I might as well just fucking finish.
I'm
this
gonna hit that gun out of his hand. I'm hitting the gun out of Gabe's hand. Nope.
Fantastic.
Not if he starts pointing it at that guard. I'm gonna
So anyway,
hit the gun out of you hear all of this as you hear the gun get slapped across, as you see there's commotion upstairs, and he goes, "What the hell, kid?"
Okay, well, let's cool it. Let's, violence is never the answer. So.
and I didn't hear a sound from the other one, right?
No.
And Gabe's kind of frozen for a moment.
Gabe is very much like, "What the hell? I thought we were on the same side. Why do you not? Does he know something?" It's like is there something going on?
Aza's looking at Face, turns after they slap the gun out of Gabe's hand, looks in between the two of you, looks back at you, Face, citrus, and then turns back, grabs the security guard who just got shot in both legs by the collar and pushes him back down on the seat and gets real close. What was that sound?
I was shot 2 times in the leg. What the fuck do you think it was?
I'll have him shoot you again. What the fuck was that sound?
You see eyes of the guru. When I'm in pain, I tend to revert to my more animalistic nature.
You are all supposed to be dead.
Well, when you're shot 2 times in the leg, you're on the way there.
And Asa kind of grabs his collar real tight this time. I mean, years ago,
when we got you out of the fucking caves and everyone else was just gone.
You see, there's a moment. Impossible. And as that is going up upstairs, downstairs, going through, shifting through everything, you, Colibri, going up, you see everybody's scared except for one person. You see they are very much in like minimalistic clothes, trying to almost like they're hiding away, or in terms of like they were trying to be, in a sense, not part of the big picture here, or trying to blend in. Kind of goes, hello? Who are you?
The guy who's gonna get you out of here. Are you the chemist?
Yes, you see a young woman pulling up into the picture. Beautiful. You see maybe late 30s, brown hair, looking very tired and hungry. My name is Lona. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah. Let me. And then Sia. Oh, God. I was about to. Colibri is going to look at the. I'm assuming they're like. You said they're in cages?
Yes, so you could just break the lock if you want to.
Yeah, just like with the butt of the gun, just kind of like hit it a couple times. And then, come on, let's go.
Wait, can I borrow your gun? Please.
Why?
I need it. The bastard upstairs.
What bastard?
The guard. Please, just give me the gun.
There is people up there already.
I do not trust humans.
We're not.
To us, you are.
And is there anything like that I'm gleaning from that?
No, it just seems weird. Maybe it's like, okay, you have some sort of complex, but I don't think you understand the totality of what they mean.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but I'm not giving you my gun. I can get you out of here. There's others out there.
Leave the rest of them out. I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way. As you see, they proceed up
No,
the stairs.
hey. And then Cody B's going to try and grab at her.
Make a strength check here. Strength and athletics.
And then, okay. Gonna try and grab at her. If
Okay.
I'm able to grab her, I'm gonna try and persuade her. Like if I can also try to. So it's
I'm not gonna
strength
lie,
and
2 successes. So strength and athletics.
we'll see.
I roll shit.
Okay. That's 3 successes.
So you beat it. So with that, you see they try to go up. You grab their hand. You see they're immediately
by their hand, not arm. This is not like a super forced thing, but it's like, listen to me. I understand you don't trust us. I understand this fucking sucks, but there is people there that are dealing with this. I promise you, things are going to be okay. Whatever it is that is happening, at this point, you are a priority. We need to get you out of here.
And with that, you see they kind of turn back. Come on, everyone. As they all all go out. I think at this instance, you guys are kind of leading everybody out. You can all meet back upstairs if you want, or you can stay outside if you do wish to. So I leave it for everybody here that isn't Face or Easy here. Are you guys going to go upstairs, or are you just going to lead them out?
I'm going to start the car.
Fantastic. Starting the car.
Was Tio at the same cages that Colibri was at?
Yes.
Okay. And there's a lot of them we're leading out, right?
Yeah, you're just like, it's a lot, these wolves and also people that are kind of coming out here.
Colibri. The chemist is the only one we need, or that they need. The rest of them should just get out of here.
Yeah. Of course.
And I'm gonna look at all the other wolves as I help unlock them.
Yeah. Like go cage to cage just to let them loose.
Yeah. So, fantastic. So with that, going back upstairs. Tension in the air. You can't be alive. You died.
No, we didn't.
Yes, you did. I saw the corpses, the burnt, the smell of the gunpowder.
It was only me and David in the I was in the water.
That's
There
not what he said.
was- Who's he?
David.
What do you mean that's not what he said?
I think at this point you see Gabe go, okay, look, we kind of have to get out of here. So if you can just speed this up. If you're going to kill him, kill him. If not, we got to get out of here.
Not killing, we take it. Taking him.
He's
Go
got
for
two
them.
freaking bullet holes in his legs, asshat. What is there to take? This guy we could take. This guy, he's on his way out. Bad Boy was shot with silver, and if he's one of them, one of us, not gonna last long.
And that's when it clicks in Aza's head that the bullets were silver. And Aza turns around, still holding on to his collar, and turns back towards Gabriel. How do we make sure he doesn't die? Can't.
Fucking, I mean, we gotta get him to a surgeon, but it's pretty far away. Unless one of you knows medicine. They ain't got shit here. Almost gonna die, I'm sorry to say. Unless you want to do the worst thing. And you see he kind of gestures like, maybe we cut his legs, cauterize him. Maybe he might live to see another day.
And Face, you see the look on Aza, like Aza's about to knock this guy out, Gabriel.
Let's just steps in between. Okay, let's just take him to the hospital as fast as we can. Okay. I think Face will pick up the guy. Like, you can have him. Other guy, you can have him.
Wait, I'm just an employee. I don't think I can. And you see, just shut the hell up. Get on the goddamn car.
Grabs it, like puts the other guy on his shoulder. Cause like, okay, we're running right now, we're running, and just starts booking it downstairs to get this guy into a car or something.
You see Gabe go, wait, hey, hand it. You see one of the guys hands over a tequila bottle, stuffs a rag, sets it on fire. Okay, now we can leave.
Let's
As
go.
you-
And looks at you. Yeah.
You go out. As you're going out, you see it is a bum rush out here. As you guys see, they're frantically running. And as you do, they throw him into the car. Easy, if you want, you can ride the car as well with Booker.
Aza will.
Fantastic. With that,
Would Lola also be in this van?
I think Lola probably maybe in the.
Or, I
I was-
mean, Lola can also jump on the back of
Either
Colibris.
motorcycle or they can.
Motorcycle.
I'm trying to see. I think if anything, they're probably gonna go in the van with Booker. I'm gonna make a really quick check
that's what
here.
that's what I was
'cause
about to ask. I'm like,
I want to make
"Ooh."
one check here for something because they do have an opportunity. Let's see if they do it. With that, you see I go in the other car. As they go around, you don't notice it, Colibri, but your gun gets taken from you as they sleight of hand it. And as you are in the back of the car, you see Gabe kind of goes, all right, I'm going to reverse it. And you see Lola gets in the car, points it towards Booker. And before they fire the gun, they go, you want to tell me why you held me like I was some kind of fucking animal? We were of the same pact. You see bleeding the legs. You're in the car as well. Easy, and you see, hey, look, I know you will laugh. But business is business. We're not wolves anymore. We're something more.
Can Aza do anything, or is Aza kind of frozen in shock
You can
right
do
now?
anything. You're in shock as you can see that Lola here as well is alive. And they have a gun pointing directly at Booker's head.
Aza's gonna grab the gun and point it, like try to grab the gun and point it at their own forehead while it's still in Lola's hands.
And who are you?
David apparently lied.
What do you
don't know.
mean? How do you know David?
Because me and David were trying to get everyone out from the cave. And
So
when
they
I
looked
woke up, it was just David and me.
They looked to Booker. You're telling the truth. It's the pup. You see, in this moment, this is a very important persuasion roll here. I'm gonna need charisma and persuasion to stop them from pulling a trigger and unloading in Booker's face. You fail, Booker's dead.
Is there any way that I can like?
They
As
are
in
the
they-
only person that, in
As-
terms of, they're gonna take their revenge. In terms of they're not gonna kill
Yeah.
you, but it's very much in the mind of like, this motherfucker has done things to me. He dies right now unless you succeed.
You said persuasion and charisma,
Yes.
but I have 2 rage today. Okay.
It's
And how
gonna
does
be-
willpower work again? I can just.
reroll 3 if I'm not mistaken, right, Fabian?
And how many times can I use willpower?
As
this
many
for the same
times.
So you are-
Cool.
There's consequences, but you can keep going.
It's fine. It's fine. 5. And I'm using 2 of my willpower.
You see they are trying to move the gun, but you hold it so hard and fast, and as you do, you see they are crying from their eyes. You don't know what he did to us, what he did to me.
And Aza's tears just silently like falling from their cheek to the point where it almost snaps Aza back for a second, and they kind of realize that this is the first time they've cried and they've never felt this sensation as a human. And still holding the gun to their own head, they kind of, you can tell me about it, and if it really is that bad, I'll pull the trigger with you.
You see there is a look streaming in tears as they pull the gun away. You see Gabe kind of go, you people are fucking insane, and with that pulls it in reverse as the convoy begins to go back into the city. Time passes on as the house goes on fire, and another set of SUVs pull up with everyone else gone. As David comes out, shades on, FBI on his chest, CIA. You see, he looks over, fucking has a hissy fit. He throws his glasses and just steps on it and gestures for satellite phone. Yeah, they fucking found it, goddammit. That was the chemist! Yeah, I know we need them. What do you want me to do? You know, I'm risking my ass out here, Eloy. I'm playing both governments here, so if you fuck me, I swear to God, you're going to find a hellstorm of an investigation on your ass. I'm gonna go. I'll get the last of the product over the border, alright? I gotta go to the main facility. I'll do it. But I swear to God, you screw me over like you screwed your little found family, you're dead, man. Hangs up the phone. Come on. Get back to base and tell everybody DEFCON 4, they fucking know, and they're coming in hard, so we're gonna best prepare. Silver, you know. And that is where we shall end it for tonight. Yay! With that, everyone, that was another thrilling episode of Embers of Rage. We hope you enjoyed this lovely episode. As you can see, my cast once again hates my goddamn guts.
I'm cool.
Which
I'm
means-
alright.
You alright? It doesn't affect you. It's not my story plot. We'll get to
Trick
you.
the
Don't worry
sociopath.
about it. I like this. With that in mind, we're going to do plugs in the reverse order, starting off with our lovely boy here, Nick. Nick, take it away.
Wow, following that crazy reveal. I don't know, but hi everyone. I'm Nick. I played Jose Theo Ortega tonight. My Twitter handle is, you can find me on all socials at NoblemanNick. Stuff I got going on. I'm the lead creator of Eldritch Automata, and we're about to go into Backcat really, really soon. I just finished the last pages of the quick launch, which should be releasing for free, a 50-page, starter to let you know how to play the game. Also, Saturday, the pilot episode of Neon Excess Evangelion comes out, so please come check that out. It's gonna be awesome.
You're muted.
It went reverse. Next up, Chris.
Fuck you, Chris. Hello, I am also other Chris. Not to be ever associated with Chris name that begins with a C for that drama dump. You can find me at D&D Imposter on all socials where I make really stupid memes. And besides this right now, be on the lookout for the first show of Tabletop Tempest, which is going to be coming out in June. As far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure we're the first actual play of immigrants and or children of immigrants, following a folklore that follows indigenous South America, especially indigenous folklore coming from Brazil. So be on the lookout for that. Super excited.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Next up, Fabian.
I'm Fabs. You can find me here.
We love it.
What's coming
I
up?
live here.
Nothing yet. Follow Bad House RPG. You'll see some announcements soon.
Lovely,
I know what
lovely.
Bad House
Next,
got cooking. It's good.
next
Be on the
up,
lookout.
Cleric.
Hey everybody, I've been your local fuck up cleric. You already know. You already know the vibes. You already know the vibes. You already know the vibes. Anyways, if you want to know more about me, just follow me on Twitter, cleric_34. If you want to know what I'm doing, the most important thing is that we have a charity stream this Saturday, August 27th at 2 p.m. EST, to raise money for our friends who are dealing with homelessness. But in good news, they've actually reached the entirety of their goal.
Yeah.
So this stream is more going to be a celebration of that, plus raising any extra money for emergency funds because they give them a little bit of wiggle room, So, come on out this August. Come out this Saturday, April
August.
27th, 2 p.m. at Scary Dog Friend, where we're just gonna be playing a bunch of variety games, getting day drunk, and just reading some fan fiction. Actually, this week we'll be reading fan fiction. So, come on out.
Lovely, lovely. Angie.
Hi, everybody. I am Angie, they, them pronouns. You can find me at Aegon on the internet. You can also find me Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on Tales Archived for Known Rounds Tolesh, our ongoing 5e campaign. It'll be episode 65 this upcoming Sunday, and future things. We'll see.
Lovely, lovely. And last but not least, me, the lovable guy of the group. With that, I have been your storyteller for these preceding evenings. You can find me on the Twitter while it's still live at VO_Cologne. That's COLON. No episode of Forsaken. We're taking a quick little break because of academic school stuff and whatnot. So won't be back. We'll have an episode of the VOD uploaded for you for last week's. But you can catch me here again next Tuesday with the next episode of Embers of Rage. And then next week, Thursday, for a new episode of Forsaken. With that in mind, we hope you had a lovely evening with us, and we can't wait to see you next week. But until then, everyone, have a lovely night.